Burmin found Maria Gavrilovna by the pond, under a willow tree, with a book in her hands and in a white dress, a veritable heroine out of a novel. After the initial exchange of questions, Maria Gavrilovna deliberately failed to keep up the conversation, thereby heightening the mutual embarrassment from which the only escape was a sudden and decisive declaration. And indeed, Burmin, feeling the awkwardness of his situation, announced that he had long been seeking an opportunity to open his heart to her, and requested a moment's attention. Maria Gavrilovna closed her book and cast her eyes down, as a sign of consent. "I love you," said Burmin. "I love you passionately." Maria Gavrilovna blushed and lowered her head even further. "It has been imprudent of me to indulge in the enchanting habit of seeing you and listening to you daily." Maria Gavrilovna remembered St. Perceval's letter. "It is now too late to struggle against my fate. Your memory, your dear incomparable image, will remain both the torment and the joy of my life. But I must still perform my painful duty of revealing a horrible secret to you and placing an insurmountable barrier between us." "It has always been there," interrupted Maria Gavrilovna intensely. "I could never be your wife." "I know," he answered softly. "I know you loved at one time, but death and 3 years of grieving. Dear, kind Maria Gavrilovna, don't try to deprive me of my last solace. The thought that you would have agreed to make me happy if... Keep silent. For heaven's sake, keep silent. You are lacerating my heart. Yes, I know. A sense that you would have mine. But I am the most unhappy creature. I am married." Maria Gavrilovna looked at him in astonishment. "I am married," continued Burmin. "I have been married for close to 4 years, and I don't know who my wife is, where she is, and whether I am ever to meet her." "What are you saying?" exclaimed Maria Gavrilovna. "How strange this is! But continue. I'll tell you afterwards. Please continue." "At the beginning of 1812, related Burmin, I was hurrying to Vilna, where my regiment was stationed. Late one evening, I came to a post station and was about to have fresh horses harnessed when a terrific blizzard blew up. Both the station master and the drivers advised me to stay until it passed over. I followed their advice, but an inexplicable restlessness took hold of me. It was almost as if somebody was pressing me forward. Although the blizzard had not abated, I could not wait any longer. I have the horses harnessed again and rode off straight into the storm. The driver took it into his head to go on the ice of a river, which was supposed to shorten our route by 3 versts. The banks were piled high with snow, and the driver missed the point where one could get back on the road. We ended up in an unfamiliar place. The storm was not letting up. I saw a faint light and ordered the driver to head for it. We entered a village. The light came from the wooden church. The church was open. Several sleighs stood behind the fence. People were going up and down the porch. "Here, here!" shouted several voices. I told the driver to drive after them. "For God's sake, where have you been?" somebody said to me. "Your bride has fainted. The priest doesn't know what to do. We were just about ready to go back home. Get out quickly." I jumped out of the sleigh without a word and entered the church, which was dimly lit by 2 or 3 candles. A girl was sitting on the bench in a dark corner of the church. Another one was rubbing her temples. "Thank God," said the second one. "You have at last arrived. You've nearly killed the young mistress." The old priest came up to me with the question, "Do you wish me to begin?" "Yes, do, Father. By all means do," I answered absently. They lifted up the girl. She seemed quite pretty to me. Inexplicable, unexcusable recklessness. I stood by her before the lectern. The priest was in a hurry. The 3 men and the maid supported the bride, and were busy only with her. We were married. "Kiss each other," we were told. My wife turned her pale face toward me. I wanted to kiss her. She shrieked, "Oh, that's not him! It's not him!" and collapsed unconscious.